Anyway, I don't know if these videos are saving or what. Mercury retrograde is like on my head. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Anyway, so not just, the people who are, excuse me, I had to look down that street. I know, you gotta watch these surroundings around here. The people who are gravitated to my channel or to my video or even one specific video, it was because they needed that particular energy in order to break some of those cycles within their family, within their life, within themselves. Cycles and time is our enemy. The difference between man and God is God lives forever. He stands the test of time. God, she creates so much that history can never erase her. He destroys enough so history can always remember him, but only remember him as the God he manifested himself as. You get one story, ain't no in between. So they try to get y'all these specific names in order to program y'all and not let y'all know who y'all are and how to manifest, remanifest yourself. Now, not to say that this shit is all truth, because it's not truth until you experience it. I don't want a motherfucker to listen to nothing I'm saying and take it on face value. I want you to do the work. If you don't want to do the work, ain't no sense in you sitting here, because I'm not an armchair occultist. I'm more than an occultist. I don't call upon energies and ask them shit. They call upon me and beg to do things for me because I know who I am. They ask me for things. And when they ask me, I give it to them. And they give me things back. Now, a lot of people are stuck in the matrix. Now, the matrix is a womb that when you come out transformed. Some things never come out the womb. Some things never come out the matrix. Now, there's more than one matrix, just like there's more than one different type of womb. Now, the specific matrix I'm speaking of now is the matrix of themselves. They've been taught to be on this particular diet in order to break them so it'll be easy to control their spirits and minds. Now, how and what the fuck am I talking about? Okay. Well, most of us was taught, most black people was taught the first man was Adam. And man is a flesh and blood being. When I came into the sciences, the first book I was given was Man is Mind. Going back to my other video, hopefully it didn't get deleted. What is the mind? Now, scientists describe the mind as having the sole principle of dreaming. The word imagination is to think of something physical, but not able to see it with the five senses. Now, quantum physics talks about acknowledging the smallest particle of the universe. Everything you see, hear, feel, touch, taste, every stimuli that comes into your realm of understanding is created with atoms. And every single one of these atoms vibrate. Even the space in front of you are atoms. So, when they gave you that ideology, because we had to go to Sunday school with Mama before we went to, after we went to kindergarten, after we went to preschool, had to go to Sunday school on Sunday. That's what they taught us. Adam is the first man. Now, when I first heard this, the energy signature that was already given to me was by my science teacher at Belleville Middle School named Mr. Bungardi. Peace, Mr. Bungardi. All praise due. White guy. Because I don't want people to get the understanding of white and black mixed up when you're dealing with an occultist. We dealing with recessive genes. And those are our people, they just recessive. And a whole bunch of other shit that come into play with it. But we ain't gonna get into that. I ain't got time for that. That's not my build. I love them people. I love people, period. Anyway. So Mr. Bungardi say, okay, atoms are made up of, I said, wait, atoms? Oh, you mean the first man God made? He said, no, not the first man God made. Now, I was in 6th grade. Mind you, I failed 6th grade at North Middle School. They made me repeat it for like maybe 2 months. And then my grandmother and my mother and my auntie all had fell out. My aunt had did something to my mom real bad. So we had to get out the house. And then, it's a family history or whatever. So, anyway, Mr. Bungardi like, no, this is science. In science, we're not talking about an invisible man creating the first physical man. He put a book in front of me, biology book. This was our class biology book. And it takes us to the Darwin theory. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I was a bad kid in school. He said, this is how we evolved. I'm like, evolved? This is like 96, 97, I'm a little kid. I'm like Pokemon? So you trying to tell me we like Pokemon? I had the class dying. So, I say that to say this. The energy signature that I received first was the one I adhered to, the one I held on to, because it was weird how these words sound the same and don't mean nothing the same, and you're not supposed to put them in the same category. So I decided to see why. So my mom catch me, I'm stealing a bunch of fucking books, 16, high school dropout, running away, all that type of dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? It was a righteous anger. I had a reason for it. But anyway, so my mom would come in my room like, boy, what religion is you? I said, I don't know. And I started to read Judaism, started to read Buddhism, Hinduism, Islam, Nation of Islam. I left it alone. Oh, Christianity, of course. Left it alone. So fast forward. So I can go ahead and take y'all to a understanding of the ultraviolet power I'm speaking of. Now, when I got a little older and able to read, I wanted to read a story out the Bible to my brothers. Now, I used to get high off going to church. My mom used to go, let's go to church, y'all. My stomach would start hurting. I got Crohn's disease. Like a lot of, I don't know what you want to call them. People who deal in the same science I do. People who study the sacred sciences like to say that there's a spiritual reason for certain health problems. And I think the spiritual reason for Crohn's disease is the appetite of everything. Because before I would go to church, my stomach would hurt real bad. And we knew I had Crohn's disease, but there was really no way to tell. Couldn't diagnose it. Wasn't really no way to fight it, just like it is now. But at least they give you disability for it. Now, back then, they didn't want to give you disability because they said it wasn't disabling you. Now, before I even continue, the word disable was broke down into two words. Dis means the dislike. You know what I mean? Like the word dislike. It's the opposite of the word itself. It means something derogatory. DIS always means something derogatory. Matter of fact, unconsciously, I don't know if this was conscious or unconsciously, when niggas started battle rapping, they created diss tracks, DISS. Anyway, so ability is any action that you can do. Because some abilities are grown, some are made, some are created, some are manifested. You know what I'm saying? Some people like to say some are gifts. But you gotta show and prove to me who's gifting a supreme entity who's been here creating up under the sun that was said to burn out over so long ago. Anyway, so I go to church, stomach hurting like hell, energy all the way up, and I just want to come home and read. I just want to come home and learn more about the Bible. So I eventually stumbled on the book of Revelations. Book of Revelations is a dangerous book. A very, very dangerous book. Because the book of Revelations is actually building on the entities of Mesopotamia. Talk about the DNA, the Anunnaki. This is what Revelations is all the fuck about. So, when you're dealing in Revelations, when you're dealing with that Bible is a spell book. So, it opens dimensions. First of all, you got the words in there that the people who created the language is giving it to you, and they're giving it to you in such a way that it connects to a numerical system, and everything in the universe is connected to a numerical system. And numbers become sound because every number is corresponding to a sound. So it's also corresponding to a color as well. And those colors correspond with the energy centers of our body, also known as chakras. So when I started to read about the dragon. This is the last thing I remember. Hurry up and get off this shit. This is going to be a short video. So I remember the dragon. And I painted a dragon. I've never read Revelations before. It was a mirror entity that manifested. Yep. Only ones who can somewhat actually, like, officially say They was there for this particular account. It's my brother Josh. He was there. My little cousin Tony, he kind of fucked up in the head. And my little brother Brian, he was so young, he don't really remember. So I tap in. I did some banishing work. My mom passed, she can't tell you, so I tap in, I did some banishing work. So I leave it alone again. Fast forward, my mama burning candles. I'm guessing it's the wrong prayer that she used to burn up under the wrong candle. So I took her book of powers and prayer spells and I burned them because I felt like she wasn't ready to operate that tool. Fast forward, I don't really know shit about this shit, y'all. At this time, I'm a child. So these things were things I did naturally out of being a supreme entity that knows what is here on this planet for. We are chaos beings. We exist in many dimensions simultaneously. And when you are aware of the dimensions that you exist in, you can manipulate them. The first dimension I want to talk about, like I said, ultraviolet darkness. Ultraviolet darkness is using the power of words to manifest yourself in front of people to let them know who you are. You walk through the halls of Amonte on their ass using the energy of Tahuti. Because when you build on the ancestors, Tahuti comes. And he calls from the hall of Amonte. And in his hands, he has ultraviolet darkness. The manifestation of the word of power. And you become the words of power. And you become the words of power wherever you want to be. Because that is the power of the ancestors. They tap in to the power of the unknown or death or hell or Satan or evil to bring you back what the fuck you need. They want to obey you.